Update 3, buckle up because this is where everything shattered. Today the truth exploded in a tidal wave of shouting, tears and revelations that left every single one of us reeling. It turns out Anne's husband Dave is a recovering addict who spent time in jail years ago. And here's the part that rewrote history. Dave actually met Ruby first, long before he ever met my sister. When he got clean, he was broke, barely holding it together, and Ruby became one of his biggest supporters. She helped him financially, emotionally, everything. To Dave, Ruby is family. 2 years later, Ruby introduced Dave to Anne. Anne fell hard, but she was deeply ashamed of Dave's past, so she lied to all of us and said they met on a dating app. Dave, still fragile in his recovery, agreed to keep the real story quiet. As he grew stronger and their relationship got serious, he told Anne she had to tell our family the truth. She promised she would, but never did. Instead, she forged an emotional letter from our family, saying how proud we were of his honesty and how much we accepted him. That fake letter became the most precious thing Dave owned. When they got engaged, Dave wanted Ruby as his best woman and some of his old support group friends at the wedding. That would expose every lie Anne had ever told. So Anne panicked and built an entire castle of deception to protect her perfect image. Hear what she did step by step. She pretended to be devastated that she couldn't have Ruby as maid of honor, used that as the excuse to drop Ruby from both wedding parties entirely. She told Dave that she'd explained everything to Ruby and that Ruby was furious about it, total lie. She never told Ruby anything. She warned all of Dave's recovery friends not to mention addiction around certain family members because it was sensitive. She fed the bridesmaids a mountain of vicious lies about Ruby, that she was an attention-seeking drunk, that she was going to try to sleep with the groomsmen, that one of them was her ex, that she loved causing scenes, everything designed to make sure the bridesmaids kept Ruby isolated and disliked her. She even told them Ruby was only invited because I idolized her, so they wouldn't repeat the lies around me. On the wedding day, Ruby's colorful dress gave Anne the perfect excuse to play victim. The bridesmaids, already poisoned against Ruby, bought the story completely. Dad caved because poor bride. Anne tried the same tactic with Dave's groomsmen, claiming they'd been creepy so she could cut anyone who knew the truth out of their lives forever. But Dave isn't stupid. When Anne suddenly started accusing his friends of terrible behavior, he got suspicious. He started making phone calls. Some bridesmaids repeated Anne's lies, but most thought the whole thing was bizarre. When he confronted Anne, she crumbled and confessed everything. Dave was beyond devastated, especially about the fake letter he'd cherished for years.